everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday. You made it to Friday. Round of applause. How is everybody? I'm here. I'm here. I'm logging in on a couple of my alts that have mail because it occurred to me that their mail might expire. It's things that I was selling on the auction house when I cleaned out their bags and stuff. And it's been a while, so perhaps I ought to log into them. There's also an argument to be made for maybe parking them in a rested area, but, you know, some of them are parked on pet battles, and maybe I'm not doing the pet... Well, you know what? I'm not doing the pet battles. This guy's not even so far from his pet battle. I guess he can go home, but this is the one that was parked there. I had one character at each of the Eastern Kingdom's pet tamers, and they're not allowed to leave until I finish that achievement, and I'm not close. Actually, I got 4 done. That's not nothing. TGIF. How is everybody? Cutie butts. I'm groggy. I'm gonna hopefully wake up eventually. Right now we're struggling. We're swimming through jello right now. But we got water. We've had some coffee. I've been up. Got some comfy clothes. And I have an alt to level. Check out Ficus. She's level 60. She is wearing Haranir Heritage in purple. I'm like on the fence about whether I like the Haranir Heritage. I think I don't like it, even though I should. The skirt piece is fine. The boots are kind of cool. The top is just weirding me out. The way the top is cut. I'm not against a skimpy top. It's just, there's something about it that's not, it's just not doing it for me. But it's Heritage and I'm wearing it. I'm level 60. I'm hoping to, today on stream, make a dent in the 60 to 80 leveling. It has been slow so far. One of the first things I want to do here is check my /play to see how long it has taken me to get to 60. Let me have a look. 8.5 hours to get to level 60 so far. It's not crazy, but I feel like compared to what we've gotten used to, this is a good amount. I have been leveling in the old Cataclysm zones. I did Elwyn, some of Westfall, most of Duskwood, all of Northern and Southern Stranglethorn Vale. I finished the pirates, the pirate battle, the pirate war, and now I'm level 60 and I'm just about to head to Anderhall in the Western Plaguelands. I don't think that the Cataclysm questing is fastest. I'm doing it because I know it super well, so I know exactly where I'm going. And also because it's nostalgic and I love it. And this is how I used to level. One of these, there's a guy that will teleport me. And he's on one of these balconies. And there's so many balconies. This is the guy that does it for Horde. There's an Alliance guy. Is he over here? He's around here. There he is. We found him. War Mage Haranir. We're going to go with that. Oh, 5 anonymous gift subs. Oh, it was a little bit ago, but still, thank you very much. Lockmadan really fast. Oh, I see. Please prepare the portal. Trying to get people into a guild I'm starting. Hoping to push my comfort zone, help others do the same. That's a really nice idea. Love to level in BFA. Thought it was a good enough cause to share. I think it's a nice idea. And we got warm blanket. This questing has a lot of kill quests, which is usually why I like it. Normally I like it when questing is uncomplicated and just wants you to kill 20 of these and 20 of these. Go loot 18 bear livers and call it a day. My damage is okay. I'm going to pop another flask. I'm going to eat a little more food. Flabby set me up with some consumables to use. I've got some potions as well. These Vermin's Bite. They're pretty cheap. So I've been using those more or less on cooldown. I have some more of my talents now. I made it all the way down to Piercing Fangs, so that's helping me, at least within Bestial Wrath. But I definitely don't feel like I'm doing as strong damage at low levels as you used to do, especially wearing heirlooms and like seeking out upgrades and stuff. These guys might be a bit of a problem, actually, because I can't easily gather them up. I found that the best way for me to be doing damage against stuff, and the most efficient thing I can possibly do, is to get myself in cooldowns, do a big pull, pop everything in AoE. And if I can't gather up 3 or 4 things that I need, because I don't actually need the Anderhall Death Guards yet. That's a later step of the quest line. These guys are hitting my pet really hard. I only have one pet so far. It's the one that I started with. I haven't tamed anything. I really want to tame flora fauna. I want to tame more of like the plant animals in Haranir. But I got to get there first. I'm only level 60. I got some questing to do. So I specifically took the Beast Mastery Hunter talent that lets you stick with one pet. Because I only got the one. So in many rares, good chunk of XP if you find him. Cinder Funkinrella, thank you for the gift subs. Appreciate it. Oh, man. Okay. Let's do the tower first, because this is pretty straightforward. They give you these bombs that usually they used to one-shot. They're not one-shotting quite so much anymore. As long as we get that thing in the middle, we'll be okay. Maybe a little feign death wouldn't hurt. Okay. User Day, thank you for giving out a gift sub. I kind of wanted to do this yesterday, but I also wanted to get... I knew I was going to feel like I was missing something if I didn't at least get enough Harati rep for my champion belt, so I'm glad I have that done. I can show up to keys or raid or whatever feeling like I've done at least the rep gear. At least that much. My gear's fine. I'm 236, I think, on my main. It'll do. I don't know what I'm going to craft yet. Still seems like a later me problem. If I procrastinate enough, it could be a never me problem. I've done that before with crafting gear. I have put it off for so long that I just filled all my slots with non-crafted gear and then just played without embellishes. It's not a great idea, but you can do it. Hi, Hazel. I hope your day's been good so far. Hi, Meowky Berry. Can't complain. I haven't been awake for a wild amount of time. I feel like I've crawled out of the sands of slumber and I'm just looking around like a big sand elemental going, What's going on? Who's this? New day. Don't know what's up. Tired. Slept lots. I think I might be just fighting something off. Yeah, I'm not doing such good damage. That's gonna be a problem when it comes to zone efficiency out here with all these kill quests. Well, we'll just do our best. I am stubborn, so I will probably prefer to stick to my guns even if it's not that efficient. It's not like I was ever going to do this with particularly impressive efficiency. Alchemist, so I never get crafting gear. I may try this time. Flabby said he was setting up his mage as a blacksmith specifically so that he could make one-handed axes for his shaman. Like, he used one of his alts to pick up a profession and spec it just for the weapons he was going to need on his main. And I'm thinking there might be something to that. If I really... Because I really hate navigating crafting orders and finding crafters. I might figure out, if I do find out what my piece is, I might set one of my alts up to make it. Or even choose to level an alt that can then level that profession. And then like beeline it for the specific thing that my priest needs. Yeah, even with heirlooms. I'm wearing a full complement of heirlooms. And I'm a BM hunter. This is pretty unprecedented. Like, I understand that leveling is not going to be remix fast, but this is I think the squish really did a number on stat distribution and quest item itemization. I don't think it's really smoothed out yet because it may be class dependent. Maybe BM Hunter in particular is a bit slow. It's just unusual for BM Hunter to be slow. Normally BM Hunter is pretty solid. Using my logic, don't need to find a crafter if you are your own crafter. It's like the meme, look at me. I'm the crafter now. Switch my Haranir Hunter to survival for the time being. Almost at character limit on my account. Maybe need to purge. A lot of them are level 80. More than 4 warband menu folders of just DKs is a red flag that I should be acknowledging. I get it. Is it red because they're Death Knights and that's their class color? Yeah, it's hard. Especially if you need the... I've never run into the position where I need the character slots, but I bet that adds a lot of pressure to it. I do have some rested, and because of my heirlooms, my rested will last longer. 60%. Actually, I don't know if the percent's... It's 30 and then another 30. I don't know if they add or compound or whatever, but it'll get consumed slower, so that'll count for something. They're all blood DKs, so red. Hello. Hi, Sister Rate. How are you doing today? Groggy. Weird Weird dreams. There was one dream where at the end of an extremely long day where I had gotten kind of like wrapped up into doing something that I didn't want to do, I had been given a plate of snacks and had offered them to other people to be polite. But the other people had taken all the best snacks immediately, and in the dream I like hadn't eaten all day and I was really hungry and it was just too much for me. And I stormed out of the room and then I left being like, I wanted the nacho chip. That one was for me. Which is really unfair because I never told anybody that in the dream. Finally got all my Haranir moths. Nice. Congratulations. That's one of the things on my list too. They're kind of a fun treasure hunt. I need a bit more rep to unlock the final set of them. And I thought about doing that today. I could have done more side questing like I did yesterday to get the rep needed to then go find the rest of the moths. It was a close toss-up between doing that and doing this. Day 1 of hitting Renown 9. Hyperfixating is a superpower. It's a pretty moth mat. You guys riding it around? I need to find one more big behemoth. This stuff hurts my pet pretty bad too. I find I have to be rolling mend pet pretty continuously, even just in these single target pulls. In order for my pet to not die. Oh dear. Maybe, well, I'll stick with it for a while. We'll see. I remember leveling this and feeling a little bit like I was playing classic because of how much time I was spending just auto-shotting things because I had run out of focus because I had used all my buttons and the mob was still alive. Must be something in the air today for getting a bit over 7 hours of sleep. Feel like I only got 5. Yeah. That's alright. It'll wear off eventually. I think I did get good sleep. I just wasn't ready to be done sleeping. I went to bed at a perfectly reasonable time. I think I started getting ready for bed at like 9:30. Turned off my Pokemon. I'm playing Leaf Green on my Switch. I've been having a lot of fun. I have an Ivysaur named Tomato. I have a Pikachu named Sparkles, which is sort of an electricity pun because it's got spark in there, but she's a lady Pikachu, so she's Sparkles. And who's my third one? Oh, I have a Pidgeotto named Scraw. Inspired, of course, by our favorite Arakoa, which is all of them. Let's do maybe this one. Damage pet can become tenacity, can help with leveling. Their DPS should be the same. It's a question of leech versus movement speed versus maximum health. It is a good thing to think about. I'm using the movement speed right now. I could swap to leech. It won't help me do any more damage, but it will give me some extra sustain. Although I would at some point, I don't know exactly when you unlock it. I guess I would get Lust. That might help. Do you guys use Lust while you're leveling? I know I should. It's the kind of thing Flabby does. Do big AoE pulls every 10 minutes and just like burn him down with Lust. I never solo Lust. Feel like I'm failing as a blood DK and that I can't for the life of me beat the Quacken in the Brawler's Guild. Have to switch to Unholy or Frost for better DPS. Some of it's just not super well suited for all specs. I really struggled with a couple of them. Okay, let's go turn this in. And you gotta be careful, because item level up might not be an upgrade. These boots are an item level up, but you gain 1 stam and you lose 12 crit, and that's a mistake. So I'll take them, but I'm not gonna wear them. You have to really check the gear because the itemization is all over the place. Yeah, same thing. Item level up. And yeah, you're going from blue to green, but 1 stam minus 19 crit. No, thank you. We're not going to wear that. Not even any agi. And even then, I think you would need a few agi to make up 19 crit. Let's do this one, I believe. Secondaries are king unless the higher item level. Yeah, I mean, at low levels, item level means nothing when the budgets are this busted. You know, it's just a number if it didn't actually make the item have better stats. It should have, but that's besides the point. Have a habit of popping all my cooldowns as soon as they're ready. Well, that's a good habit to be in. Are you enjoying this release of X-Pac more than The War Within? I don't know how to tell. I don't know how to remember how I felt like 18 months ago on a given week. I feel like I should know that. I've been enjoying this one. I also enjoyed that one. I don't have a metric to quantify it by. I am the worst. If that didn't come off. Yeah, I like this one. I like that one. I generally like everything. I'm pretty happy widely. If I don't like a thing, I just won't do it. Phylactery Shard's gonna be over here. Let's do our friend Araj here. We do have Wrath, and I can use my Haranir racial. I've been using this root thing. What do you call it? Thornbloom. I like Thornbloom. We still have our grenades, which is good because yikes. Do you erase tames elementals? You mean the flora fauna? Oh. There should be a tome that can drop from rares in Harandar, but I'm not 100% on that. This does not feel scaled correctly. I used my grenades, and also I've done this a million times. It's not usually this much of a struggle. I might need to reconsider what I want to be doing here. Let's see. Tome of Flora Fauna. Let me see if I can dig this up. Trials of the Flora Fauna Hunter. It's an item. Learn how to tame Harandar's native flora faun. Dropped by 5 specific mobs. Let me give you the Wowhead link here. That's what you're looking for. I wonder if I can climb up this or if that's too steep. I guess I can try. Maybe there's a ramp at the dock. Looks like a 5% drop rate from a few different specific things. It is account-wide when you use this item, according to the things. 100 learns this. All your hunters can tame these guys. Don't want to level another hunter from 10. I don't blame you. I am leveling another hunter from 10, and it sucks. We're looking for our body over here. I was going to do a druid after I had done the hunter, and I have reconsidered. I'm going to do Gandling next. I'm going to leave Araj the hunter alone for a minute. Oh dear. Okay, here, you just chill for a second. I don't really want to pop my cooldowns on this guy when I'm about to fight a boss, but I might have to. Hello, people. Hi, Hazel. Hi, G. Cully. How you doing? You can tame Ultradons as a BM hunter, and now I'm on a mission to power level to 90 to get one. That's crazy. Those things are nuts looking. You got the Haranir set? Yep, it does come with extra colors. There's orange and there's purple. I'm wearing the purple right now. No, I have to be Steel Wrath. I can't hold it. It's only a 30-second cooldown, apparently. Always be Bestial Wrathin. I don't think I have Kill Shot yet. Yeah, I'm wearing the Haranir set. I'm kind of so-so on it. I don't really love the way it's cut. It feels awkward to me. I might end up mogging her back into her other set that I was wearing. I am glad that I got it, at least. That's one thing off the ultimate list. No, don't respawn! This is terrible! Alright, let's see if we can survive Gandling. Good grief. Oh my. Here, we're gonna roll this. I'm gonna pop a potion. I'm gonna use my racial. I interrupted already. This guy... Oh, no, I don't have an interrupt for that. We're rolling heals. I'm doing okay. This guy's not... It's the... It was the ads that killed me on Araj. And I used my hand grenades on them. I didn't forget about my hand grenades. That's the annoying thing. Also, he shadow prisoned my pet. Normally this stuns you, and then you have to wait during the RP. But he got my Saptor instead. Hopefully that doesn't break everything. We've got Cultra and Thessarian here wailing away. We'll see. Because I kicked it. I wonder if that... It better not have broken it. If that broke it, maybe I will go quest in Lochmadan or something. I thought the higher level zones would be better. I thought they would have better itemized gear because they're not like starter zones, so they're more used to handing out secondaries. Maybe not. Alright, we did it. I should try Raj one more time. This is retail, yeah. Do you like the helm? Eh. I'm wearing it. I didn't hide it. That's got to count for something. Normally I hide helms. Could have been worse. In an RP sense, would I then be an honorary Dominar? Okay, we got this, we got this. I guess I gotta get a food buff. Should I get midnight? It depends. Do you want midnight? What are your thoughts? It is always a personal assessment. Do you want to play it? Do you have the disposable income to allocate without stressing out other areas of your budget? You know, everything's give and take. Is there something else you'd rather be doing with your time? Good morning. Good morning. I mean, it's a totally normal thing to go into a game stream and ask if you should buy the game. But streamers are biased. We're playing the game. Of course I like the game. You gotta do you, friend. And this one. It takes... Don't you summon more of those. I'm not prepared for you to summon more of those. I'm gonna have to turtle if he summons more. I used my neck heal. I've got one more survival of the fittest we can do. I've also got... Oh, no. Okay. Okay. All right. We did it. We did it. You just have to be kind of quick on the draw. I have it on a keybind. I just forgot that I have it on a keybind. I hope this is worth it. Caring for my wallet. Wallets are important, you know? Depending on where you live and what your situation is, the economy is a little bit rough right now. You know, depending on a variety of factors. It might be a good use of your money. It might not. Alright, I decided I wasn't going to wear any of this because the itemization is no good. However, I am getting experience. We're level 61. Nearly, there's 62. Yeah, so these quests are a much bigger chunk of my level now than they were. The whole pacing is just bizarre. Toronto, rough in these streets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. Fellow Canadian over here. Hazel and chat. Hope everyone's day is going well. The second Void Storm rare drop mount drop last night. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Here's the first battle for Anderhall. At this point, I'm happy to get any quest where they want me picking up, like, litter off the ground because it means that I don't have to win a battle against a bear. Alright. You're getting Bestial Wrath. Oh, yeah, I have mining, too. I have mining and herbalism and lumbering. I was tracking this classically trained lumberjack achievement for collecting 250 ironwood lumber just as something to kind of like idly chip away at over time. Might need to work on it more. No, we're tracking all of them. I just haven't seen any yet. Make sure we're zoomed out here. There we go. There's all the stuff. 10 to 60, way off. Yeah, it's wacky out here. I'm not that far from 80. Once I get to 80, I don't think I'm going to do it on stream today, but if I did, I promised Flabby I'm going to wait. We're going to level 80 to 90 together. He's going to take me on the Flabby tour of leveling 80 to 90. He's very good at it at this point. I think he's also going to finish first because he has like 5 stacks of Warband mentoring. I am finding mobs harder to beat. That might be class dependent. I am a BM hunter. I am wearing full heirlooms. I have a flask and a food buff on. I also have a mysterious wisdom buff on. I have been spending my talents. I looked up a talent point guide just in case that was gonna help me. It's I've never gamed this hard sub-max level outside of, I guess, hardcore classic. It is tough out here. However, I do feel like I'm earning the alt. Like, I think I'm going to be more connected with her when I get to level 90 because I had to really work at it. Hi, Hazel. Have a great day. Hi, Zephyrox. How you doing? What class is he leveling? He has a druid. He made a Haranir druid that he is leveling as Moonkin, named Chlorophyll, as kind of like a play on his demon hunter is Philodin. So he's got 2 Phil characters now. This is fun. One thing I do like about being a hunter is that I can have my pet, especially if I like roll a heal on him, I can just have my pet fight something for a while, and then I can run around and I can pick up the herbs and the ore and the lumber. I made a Haranir myself. I named her Dandelilah. That's a very cute name. I like that a lot. What class is she? Oh, there's the herb. Getting to farm lumber while leveling seems like a nice incentive. Yeah. It gives experience the same way that mining and herbing give experience, which is kind of cool. Have you seen how long my like I've been pressing buttons too. It's not like I didn't do anything to that bear. Holy moly. All right. Here, let's gather up 3. I think I can kill 3 bear in the same time it's going to take me to kill 1 bear. So, Bestial Wrath, Cleave. Let's just pop a potion. And we'll pop a Survival of the Fittest. And there's Exhilaration. This is kind of what you have to do. It is wet outside, so our sump pump's going to be going off for a day or 2 or 3. It's going to end up in the news video. I don't know if I can talk around it successfully. It's going to interrupt me and I'm going to have to restart my sentences. We'll see. Named mine Orchid. Nice. Very cute. Okay, so I can do 3, but it's kind of dicey. It's a little bit stressful. I even used the heal. You've got an unused 5-minute heal on your heirloom neck, and I used it. Race the pet looks so gorgeous. I named mine Ficus. I'm Blossom Bringer Ficus, and this is my pet Larata. I might actually look up other Ficus variant names when it comes to naming my other pets. I might keep the whole theme. Not just a houseplant theme, but a Ficus theme specifically. I think that might be cute. Thought it was just your phone. Nah, it's my basement. It's wet down there. Haranir Hunter's Nest. Haranir Druid. Succulent. Succulent. Chinese meal. That must be a meme. I read that somewhere else recently, too. Alright, blind weed. Yeah, gathering's a big chunk. I'm almost out of my rested experience, unfortunately. Nearly at 63. It was good while it lasted. Come on, guys. I also think that this is going to make me feel extra powerful one day when I eventually get out of the land of wonky scaling and I start doing actual damage. It'll be like I was training by running with the ankle and the wrist weights on, and then when they finally come off, I'm just gonna fly, I think. Keeping an eye out for feathers. For all the talk I gave about picking up litter, I only have 5 of them. There's more over there. I don't want to kill extra bears if I can avoid it, though. It takes forever. It didn't used to be a consideration. Can't unsee Kai's tickle hands, and I love him. They're so funny. I wonder how big he looks compared to just like a... Here, let me summon him. Tickles! I wonder what size he looks compared to like a... Yeah, he's more pet-sized when he's standing next to a not gnome. Oh, I have that already. He's still goofy, though. Music's nice out here. I probably should level in a different zone. Flabby was saying the War Within leveling, actually, was when you hit 70 is pretty good. Pace-wise. I think he said that. So maybe at 70 I'll do that. What battle pet is that? This guy? His name is Kai. I believe I got him as a drop from the Stormarian Assault. Yeah, Victorious Stormarian Cache is what the source of that one is. He's one of the new pets that can actually battle. He has a moveset, including Wombo Combo. Lots of fun. Turn up game music a little. Yeah. Never feel bad about asking me for stuff like that. I can't... I rely on you guys a little bit for audio balance, because I can't monitor in real time. I can see the waveforms, but I have a bad case judging, and I usually err on the side of keeping it quieter so it's not overpowering. Here we go. These are not good. Level 63. Oh, I missed one feather. One more. Here's one. Try Lockmadan. Oh, you know me. I'm 5 years old. As soon as somebody tells me to do something, I instantly don't want to do it. Here we go. Brown Feather Quill. Enter Uther's Tomb. You betcha. I also really like the I like the Mender's Stead quests. I like the druid that the Worgen druid that's goofy that you're working with over there. I also really like Fiona's caravan. There's really fun questing over here. It's just if I can get through it. Bottom of the crypt. Over that way? Yeah. Perfect now. You betcha. You guys talking about Fortnite? These kids don't know the gaming histories. Do that one. That seems pretty good. They do a lot of these quests in Cataclysm where they tuck you away into like a cupboard and then they phase it so that stuff happened while you weren't looking. They like doing it in the battle for Booty Bay. When the pirates invade, they have you go get like a drink of rum out of the captain's bedroom inside the inn, and then the pirates are invading when you get out, so you don't have to like watch them all spawn in. Kitty Cat War, thank you very much for the 14-month resub. Appreciate it. Also, Big Mama Witch with a brand new sub. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I'm going to be here for a bit. Level 63. Let me grab my BM Hunter leveling talents again. Just to have them as a reference point. Watching you for like 6 years. I don't know why it only says 14 months. Well, I appreciate it all the same. Long time. 6 years. My favorite character from Fortnite is Darth Vader. Do you have a proudest achievement on the achievement page? The Insane comes to mind. Insane in the Membrane. Because that's one I've been proud of for a long time. That's not a new accomplishment, but it took me a long time. It was a big project. What else? Some of the let me solo them achievements for Underpin and for Kaiveza. Maybe the Mage Tower ones. For at the time. What about you? What's your proudest achievement? I think I need an AoE pull out for this. Hazel Hunter. Hi, Goopy. How you doing? Let's make sure we're healing. Using my stun on as close to cooldown as we can manage. I have a kick ready if the sorcerer tries to cast anything. I'm rolling my heal. Yeah. Mine's got to be the Horrific Visions one. Yeah, that's a cool one. It was hard. Old arena achievement for being the only survivor in a 5v5 is my proudest. Nice. First time I got Wrecking Ball in a BG in 2014. Those were so exciting to get because you had to have so many things line up. So many stars had to line up for those achievements to happen. Hype trade. I think I want to go after the 600 mount achievement for the new Purple Owl. I'm at 186 right now. It's a perfectly good place to start. Think of it this way. You're 186 ahead of starting at 1. Somebody's looking at that mount and starting at 1. This is all the information I have on the pet. Somebody said that that works, getting yourself a sub and gifting one. I can't confirm. I gifted 2 for mine. Got him. Nice. That's good news. Ran that number not too long ago. Now sitting at 540. Doable with the right willpower. Nearly out of here. A lot of easy wins on that road to 600. Yeah, there's lots of grinds that give batches of mounts when you've done them instead of just one. A lot of reps that give whole collections of mounts at a time. But you also, another nice thing about doing that is think of all the cool mounts that you're going to get along the way. You might find your favorite mount is one of the ones that you're getting to get to 600. Could be. I'm glad that Exhilaration full heals my pet because without it we would be dead a lot more often. Oh, really? Okay. Breastplate. So all of these guys could drop either one of them. Let's do a 2 for pull. Cleaving. It counts. You can still get Argent Tournament mounts. Yeah. I think it's still kind of annoying. I think it's still definitely a farm, but you can do them. Haranir so pretty. What did you name her? Her name is Ficus. And her pet is Lorata, which is a kind of ficus plant. Blossom bringer. Ficus. The great plant name. Thank you. She was almost named Duckweed. She came very close to being named Duckweed. I was looking at aquatic plant names, and I didn't like any of the ones that I could get. Okay. Leveling belts. Keen eyesight and unnatural causes. Yeah. That's where we're going. Really gives Woodland Sylvanas Windrunner for me, and I kind of like it. Did you make your druid too? No, not yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be quite frank with you. This is such slow leveling. I feel like you gotta really want it. My idea to have a Haranir druid was kind of just a whim. I have 4 druids already. And with this hunter, I will now have a Haranir. I'm starting to think I'm not gonna need another one. My Haranir needs might just be met. Nah, I wasn't gonna boost anybody. I hate boosting. It's just not my cup of tea. I hope the Argent Crusade mounts will be on Wrath Remix. I feel like waiting for that will be faster than grinding them. Let's do a little more blind weed. Yeah. Looking at your transmogs for your Haranir is making me wish I bought more of the floral stuff from the trading post in the past. It's hard to commit to trading post weapons in particular because they can't even be used by everybody. At least a trading post armor set, you could wear it on any of your classes and get some good use out of it. It's hard to commit to something like a bow, but I know that I play hunters. I know that I've got a hunter problem. Character feels like a stranger when I boost him. Yeah, I have that problem too. I don't bond with them enough and then I don't feel like I want to play them. 2 unused boosts in my account just sitting there? Get what you mean. I kind of like collecting them. I feel like it's a very tiny and inconsequential flex, but I feel like it's a tiny flex to collect them. Yeah, I don't need this. It'll just sit on my account. They'll have to figure out how to rescale it every 5 years or so. 10 Forsaken Outriders. Let's do them maybe 2 or 3 at a time if we can. Let's try 3. I don't know if they're going to want to gather up, though. They won't. Yeah, alright. Almost. Made an Earthen Paladin called Rubble. Was thinking about some of your names. Oh, Rubble's a very cute name for an Earthen. Hi, Blaze. How you doing? Use the boost I got from purchasing the expansion. Feel like I missed out on the fun of making new characters. Oh, the fun's always available. You can make a new character any day of the week. Nothing's holding you back. Except for maybe this wonky scaling, but it's turning into a rite of passage, if anything. It got so quiet again. Hello? I guess it's just spooky sounds right now. There's a... Oh, that's Gory. He's not going to attack me. He's a nice guy. Gory wouldn't do me like that. So picky with my tender. Yeah, me too. I can't complain about the trading post as a whole, though, because it's where like half or more of my mog comes from. When I think about the things that I actually wear and enjoy playing in, a lot of it is trading post gear. A lot. Like a good chunk of it. They just have a good nail on that like whimsical, kooky, not taking itself too seriously aesthetic that I tend to really enjoy in my characters. I like them being a little unserious. Made a Haranir druid named Zinnia. Been adoring her. Oh, it's cute. I love Zinnias. I was at a store and I saw what I was pretty sure was ranunculus. I like them too. They look like roses, but they're like this big. I would plant them if not for all of the freezing rain and sleet going on outside. I'm so done with winter. 70 character slots. Yeah, they've been adding them. Every time we get like a remix or a new something, they usually chuck us a couple extra. Right now I have 30. I had 33 characters at level 80. I guess I have one of them is 90 now. I was thinking it would be kind of cute to have a high level character for every year that I am old. And that way I'm not really going to be bumping into the character limit until I am like, 70 something. And by the time I'm 70 something, maybe they'll have extended the limit beyond the capacity of my human lifespan. This is the default Haranir pet. Yeah, I haven't tamed any pets. It is pretty. Still Depresso Espresso that I couldn't make an Earthen DK with my saved name Uncle Fester. Having him as a Horde Paladin just feels wrong. Sometimes a level a new main if they rework the spells and talents too much. Rather re-level than unlearn old ways. Yeah, I feel that. Sometimes I will just take everything off my bar and then add it all back to the bar from the spell book whenever I feel like they've changed my stuff too much. As opposed to trying to fight against where I had everything before if things have changed and moved around. 64. Lots of herbs and stuff over here. There he is. Where is he? Zenkiki! Oh, he wasn't a Worgen, he was a troll. Sorry, Zenkiki, I misremembered your race. Kiki's coming with me. $11K experience for completing a quest. 1.4K for picking an herb. It's not bad. At least the experience is going faster now. Nearly 65 here. I'm hoping that I'm going to hit a damage talent that, like, changes everything for me. Now that we've got these two, we're going into here, and then we're going to go into this one, Wild Instincts. In theory. Although, if I'm doing single target damage, Bloody Frenzy might make more sense. Haranir Druid's name is... Oh, I see. I'm not sure how to say it, but it's a cute concept. Gonna be a druid, but I need to think of a cute plant name, like Slime Mold is not cute. Slime Mold's kind of cute. Make her start getting some rested XP. I literally, when I was trying to brainstorm names, I really wanted my Haranir to be Haworthia, but it was taken. And I didn't like any of the Haworthia variants. I Googled random houseplant generator, and I was just mashing that button until I saw a word that I liked. That's how I name stuff. Hey, Hazel, how's things? Hello! Things are going okay. How you doing? Little reminders in my head for those choices in the trees, like eye thinger. Bitey bitey. This is the most attention that I've paid to individual talents in a long time. Normally I just grab a build and import it and call it done. I'm not normally like reading and picking out specific options. I've never had to min-max my talents while leveling to this extent before. I don't think this has ever happened to me. Grand, tired, long week of work. Work tomorrow, 6-day work week. Oh, that sucks. Hope you get some good rest tonight at least. Look kind of viney. Maybe I could color something wine related. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm sure there's tons of really good like wine names. Or wine equipment names or grape variant names. Although if I saw a Haranir named Concord, I don't know if I would think grapes. I might think jet. Bioslug77, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Very, very much. Switch my main to a Zandalari troll DK named Ben. But the Ben... Aw. Aw, it's sweet. Hi, Bioslug. I adore your name. I think it's so much fun. Week with lots of fighting, yeah. That's tough. Excited for the day to be over so I can start my weekend and get all my WoW tasks done. Nice. Fridays are kind of like a hump day for me. No, it's not even hump day. Fridays are my Wednesday. Because I do Wednesday through Sunday. I'm getting my counting to 5 mixed up over here. Haven't leveled an allied race properly since BFA. Yeah, you get heritage armor at 50. 5-0. I have heard that people race changing and boosting Haranir got the heritage armor. Even though that's not how I used to think it was supposed to work, but I have heard it does work, so yeah, bear that in mind. I leveled mine the old-fashioned way. I got my heritage at 50. Did you say hump? I said a hump. People, you heard a hump day? Like the middle of your week being a hump? People usually say it about Wednesday, but because I start work on Wednesday, Friday would be the hump day for me. I'm not a big hunter outside of World of Warcraft. Where I come from, that means something different. I mean, it's also used as a different verb, but you know, words are for different things. If everybody has been using hump day to mean Wednesday in like a, you know, passionately vivacious sense of the word, then I need someone to tell me because I have not been using it like that. Everyone's just fired up on Wednesdays. Can confirm race changes grand heritage armor. Ready to get off too? Missed gaming this week. It's dragged so bad. Yesterday I had one of those days where I didn't get a lot done because I was kind of caught up in like waiting mode because I knew that someone was going to be coming by to look at some stuff, but I didn't know exactly when. And I was like so worked up about it that even after they were gone, I still like couldn't settle back down and like get back to work. So I didn't get a lot done yesterday. Happens though. It's okay. Wednesday. It's hump day. Near lunch I get Bon Jovi Living on a Prayer in my head because, whoa. Halfway there. Select off on these heritage armors though. Last one I finished was Zandalari Troll way back when. There's so many things, nodes to pick up on the map. What is this add-on stuff going on about? Some combat add-ons have had their powers weakened a little bit. They're not as capable as they used to be. Weakor is the main victim. And Weakor is no longer a thing now. But for the most part, I don't know about you guys. I'm using the same add-ons I was using before. Blizzard changed the rules about what information add-ons are allowed to access about combat. And it was reported with a lot of sensationalism. Everyone looks like they're using basic Blizz UI. Blizz UI has gotten a lot better as well, is another part of it. Over the years, they have increasingly kind of copied the add-ons that I was using to the point that I don't feel like I need to use them anymore. So they've got... It's much better to actually play with default UI than it used to be. It used to be that you just... I mean, you could do it, but it was awful, and now it's actually not unreasonable. The main part of my combat UI that I'm still modifying with an add-on is Plater for nameplates. The new nameplates are much better than they used to be, but I like Plater a lot better. I find it much more readable. And it still works fine for me. I really thought it was going to suffer, but not so much. Seems fine. If anything, got rid of more add-ons, yeah. Problem with having a full set of gnomes is the game wants me to do gnome heritage armor on each of them. Yeah, I hate that. Even when you already have it. I should probably stop fighting the pumpkins. I've removed enough pumpkins. Spent 100k, 3 pieces of crafted decor. But are they gorgeous? Is it worth it? Leveled a druid and Lemix, just a race change to Haranir. Got the heritage set. They are. Night Fae Hollow Shrine. Oh yeah, that one's nice. It's huge. That one's massive. Nice to be able to replay them. Huge fan of them making most of my add-ons redundant. It makes it much easier for me to play without add-ons when I need to. The other night I was getting error messages. I don't know what add-on it was from because I have my pop-ups blocked, but my game was like, you're slowing down, even though I didn't have very much stuff running. And I was like, fine, just disable all of it because I was healing my Mythic Zeros and I didn't want to deal with it. And I found that even without any add-ons, I can heal, I can manage just fine. It's really, the only difference was my frames looked a little different, my nameplates. Everything else I'm using default anyway, so it didn't actually change. And once upon a time, if you accidentally deleted like your config folder or something and you lost your add-on settings, you couldn't raid. I've missed raid nights because I just had to sit there in Vent refixing my add-ons because I lost them after like a computer issue. And I could not raid without my add-ons. And I'm glad that that's not the world I'm living in anymore because it was, I don't know, it's nice to be able to just play even without stuff. Vent the memories, yeah. I've lived on TeamSpeak. We lived on Vent for a long time. My old guild leader took a long time to convert us to Discord. Even after Discord was popular, we were still on Vent for a while just out of inertia. How's your house coming along? I have not touched it since Midnight came out. The last work I did on it was when I was making my stream room in the house. And that was right before Midnight. I've been doing Midnight stuff. 2 add-ons I can't live without is Dialogue UI and Chatty Little NPC. What does Chatty Little NPC do? Dialogue UI reskins your quest text window or your dialogue window and just makes it look nicer. It has a lot of different options for you to do things like change the size, the font. You can have it zoom in. You can have it hide the rest of your UI when you're looking at a quest to kind of bring it into focus. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like in a sec here. Because I'm going to turn in a quest. Hang on. I will turn it on and then show you what it looks like. It can also, oh, chatty text-to-speech reads out the quest text for you. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is Dialogue UI. This one can also read things to you. I don't use the readout feature, but it can. But this is how I have mine configured, so it kind of brings it into better focus. I think I disabled the zoom in, zoom out, like, for the rest of my screen, because I found it to be a bit too much. I'm gonna go find some plague lurkers and venom mist lurkers. They're gonna be kind of sort of over this way. Me and my friends with Skype back in the day, some of them refused to make the switch to Discord. Eventually they all did, and as we know, Skype died, but funny how that works. Yeah, different voice programs come and go. Curse used to have one. Curse used to have an in-client voice chat, and it used to be the go-to for WoW arena pugging, because Skype, which was the other option, had some vulnerability that left you open, or could leave you open to getting your IP yoinked, and then getting, like, you know, you could get, like, taken offline. And because people were so nuts, it was, if you were pugging in PvP, you didn't really know who you were going to get in a group with, and you didn't know how angry they were going to get, but the answer was some. People started to use Curse instead because you wouldn't be opening yourself up. You would only use Skype with people you trust. It was like a sign of trust if you would do that. Weird times, wild times. So that's the battle resuming. I'm a little afraid of the battle resuming. I'm gonna finish my Zenkiki quests over here. Very much dislike that. It never happened to me, but I was pretty careful. I wouldn't Skype with anybody. Here we go. Hunter class tree. Keen eyesight, unnatural causes. That's what we're after. I'm trying to layer on offensive talents to help me do more damage. Level 66, it's coming along. Watching these streams of you leveling on YouTube while I was leveling my Haranir. Nice to catch you live. Nice to have you live. How's your Haranir leveling going? Oh, here's the plague lurkers. I found them. Here, let's see if I can grab another one. Go. Use the rest of your bestial wrath. We only recently realized that Dragonhawks and Silvermoon are an updated model. Classic TBC Dragonhawks. I remember looking at the new Dragonhawks in my mount reaction video and thinking, when did they get feathers? Did they always have feathers? I always thought they had, like, bat wings. But I think they were always supposed to have feathers. They just only had 4 pixels before, so you couldn't really tell. Ran into a rando questing in an old zone. Exchanged discords. Voice chatted. Weirdest in-game encounter I've ever had. Oh, that's nice. I haven't made a friend like that online in a long time. Past 10 weeks have been a major experience for me. Finally finished the college winter quarter. Congratulations. Full week to just relax. Put your feet up. Play some World of Warcraft if you feel so inclined. I feel like I'm doing more damage now, actually. Maybe it was the talent that I got? I don't know. What did I get? Dots deal 10% more damage, increased by 50% when they're in execute range. Yeah. Something. I knew a family of Danish gamers, all brothers who started voice chat with us all at the same time. 118, 16, 14. And the youngest lost their Danish accent when speaking English. And the older one never did. Always wondered if it was because he was a little older. 1 meter week sounds accurate to what I remember of Beauty. Wow, clear obscure, going to the park and libraries. Nice. That sounds lovely. Hope you get some decent weather. I have 162 of 250 lumber. I don't often get double drops, so I felt like I was going to have to find 250 specific individual nodes. Oh, the wrong kind of spider. I need the spookier ones, not the fluffy ones. Have you ever used window hammocks for cats? Just got 2. Cats love them. I haven't. I love them, though, because I am creepy. And I know which houses I walk by that have them in the windows. And I will always check to see if there's a kitty in them. I've always done that if I'm out for a walk. I'll try not to be creepy and like staring people's windows, but if I notice a cat, I'm going to remember that that house had a cat, and I'm going to check for the cat every time I walk by that house until the end of time. Yeah, I think they're cute. I might try them one day for another cat. Kira will never find it. She doesn't climb up stuff anymore. She wouldn't make any use of it. Also, she couldn't see out the window. But one day. We've named all our neighborhood cats. I love doing that. And then sometimes you get a chance to, if you actually like run into the owner and you're like, oh, is this your cat? Can I ask their name? And then you'll find out the cat's actual name, and it's like miles away from what you've been calling them. You've got a cat that you just called Chunk, and it turns out his name's actually, you know, Prince Philip. Kitten adores it when people say hi at the window. Makes me so happy when people stop for him. Got an amazing cat library, and I got some books there. Can't wait to go back. A cat library? What's a cat library? Any upgrade? 2 Agi's not worth 12 crit. It's just not, I don't think. Across my old complex, neighbor had a void kitty. Every night they let it onto the balcony. Small highlight of my day. I've told this story before, but I used to walk by one, and it was a chunky cat, and it was super friendly. And it was wearing a collar with a little name tag on it. So once when it was saying hi to me, I kind of like got an angle on it to see what the collar said, because I wanted to know what the kitty's name was. And all the collar said was, "Do not feed." So that cat became "do not feed" for the entire time that I knew him. I thought that was so funny. Like, this cat's just like really good at begging for food from strangers. Just has it down to an absolute science. Morning, Hazel. This stream is a much needed break from working on my law class finals. Welcome. Hope that's going well. This sounds stressful. Alright. He has to poke them to make them come down. I remember this. Minneapolis has a day in the summer where there's an enormous neighborhood cat tour. Blocks of labeled houses with cats in the windows and all that. Victoria did one of those too. And I always wondered if they had to get consent from the cat owners, or if somebody who was wacko, just like me, just like put together the route. To just go like tour people's outdoor cats. They must get consent from people. You'd hope. College papers too, such a nice break. I'm glad I stuck this Sona. I could never miss Senkiki. Reminds me, need to go pet hunting. We are nearly 67. Window ledge is deep enough for our cats to sit in, but thinking of stagger window hammocks to make a climbing feature to avoid damaging the walls with shelves. I always was afraid with the window hammocks How do you feel confident that the suction cups are going to hold? People must, because the cats trust them, and they wouldn't trust them if they were just popping off the wall all the time. They must be strong enough, but I don't know. I've stuck a lot of things on windows with suction cups, and I don't have a ton of trust in them. I don't know why I left. I'm not done. Kiki, come back. I don't trust him. I've seen those cat hammocks pull the window out of the wall. Oh dear, that's a new fear unlocked. I was thinking about one day doing cat shelves and like walkways in this house. But I'd want to make sure that I set them up really sturdily. Ideally into nothing but studs, because not only do they have to hold the weight of the cat, but if your cat is jumping onto them, that's a decent amount of force to be repeated constantly. I've seen a lot of videos of cat shelves that get kind of wiggly over time because if they're not absolutely anchored, maybe they'll hold up initially, but they're going to get loose over time. And once it's just annoying to repair. There is a link to Dialogue UI in my add-on spreadsheet there. Or if you just Google Dialogue UI spelled like that on CurseForge, you'll find it. No problem. Those were chunky cats. Had a really large window to the floor in this hallway, so we put the cat tree in front of it. Do I want to do the Northridge Lumber Mill? Remember the spider scaring quest? Oh dear. We can also go back to Thessarian. Might be worth a try. Boyfriend hung the hammocks up, so if you fail, gives me a reason to scold him. Listen, that's on you, babe. I think they must be largely fine. Someone somewhere has done the math and has made sure the suction cups are sufficient for most cases. Because I see lots of people using them. And I don't think they're like a general problem. They're really cute. My kitty cat's sleeping in the closet right now. She sleeps like right over top of where the sump pump is. And I wonder if the humming of it feels like a big cat purring to her or something. I would have thought that she wouldn't like the sudden, intermittent, loud rumbling, but she seems to really appreciate it. Thing called dynamic weight that engineers have to take into account. I don't know if I would like being an engineer. There would always be something that I didn't take into account, and it would turn out to be the most important thing. And I would find out at the worst possible moment after I was super confident that I had accounted for everything. I can't do anything high stakes. Medicine's out. If I get a wow fact wrong, the worst thing that happens is that I got it wrong, and we will figure it out together. See if we can do the war captains early here. I'm doing much better damage now. I must have hit some kind of a break point. I say as I now take like 30 seconds to kill this thing. Yeah. Those are mini bosses though. Position the suction cup near the base of the window. Harder to pull the window from the frame? Maybe. Might also depend on how the window's constructed. I'm sure some of them are more set than others. Today was the day I found out that some people from the cast of Shameless were also the main characters of a Dragon Ball live action movie, and also there's a Dragon Ball live action movie? Someone put the bolts in the wrong place in a suspended walkway in a hotel. Dramatically altered the weight load. The result was bad. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like that. I wonder if I'm going to go to War Within at 60, at 70, or if I want to stick around. I'm not finished my classically trained lumberjack achievement. I need to keep chopping lumber. I mean, I could give up on questing and just do that. That's an option. Forget questing. I'm gonna go find some trees. Anderhall? Anderhall. Doing this as Alliance always felt so futile. We kill the same amount of quest NPCs as Horde, but for some reason we don't win. Rude. Hazel. Hi, Scarlett. How you doing? Happy Friday. When do we ever? Rating is Devourer next week. Oh, nice. That's exciting. Most important question. Do you have a fantastic mog for it? You can't play a Devourer and not show up and eat. You know what I mean? Puns. See if I can. It's so hard to gather up mobs that are fighting other mobs. You can do it, but you have to really upset that guy and then go. Yeah, bring him over there. Love chatty little NPC. Thanks for sharing it. Whoever did, so good. Started using it. Exactly what I'm looking for. Nice. I'm imagining it just as questing, but for fans of audiobooks. Oh. Chatty little NPC seems to be an add-on. It's not one that I've tried. It's for text-to-speech for quest text, I believe. People seem to like it. I'm so close to done this little section. I noticed with some of the earlier quests that you would get like a large amount of XP from the end of the quest chain, which made me want to really see through these long quest chains and not bail right before the end of it. Just in case there was like a huge sink of XP at the end. How was plumbing? It was good. It turned out just fine. It's not going to be a big problem. And it's not going to be expensive, which I appreciate because it's not a good time for something to be expensive right now. Okay. Da-da. Also, my dog adores our plumber. Oh my god. It was so cute. Like, he was putting on his shoes to leave, and Moose just brings him his favorite chicken toy and drops it at his feet and looks up at him like, take it. I want you to have it. Lose 17 haste. That will give me crit. Alright. This one... What kind of... Am I wearing a belt? Hello? I am wearing a belt. Okay. We'll take the gloves. Those are an upgrade. Something to remember him by, yeah. Are you getting the snow? Had some snow. Might get more snow. I'm occasionally going to be a little vague or fuzz some details on weather events for location privacy reasons. We've had some real wintry weather. We all went for a walk yesterday and it was miserable. Like, it was good that we got out for a walk. Oh, it was awful though. I would have preferred it if it was snowing. It was like wet, sleet, rain, snow, wind, hail. Ugh. Not so good. See if this works. Jerry Joe, thanks for the gift subs. Appreciate it. Dear plumber, you were a good boy. Please have my favorite toy. Oh, yeah, the house lives another day. Also, the volcano I live next to exploded, which was horrible because of the hurricane. Yeah. One of my aunt's dogs loves to show off his favorite toys to everyone. He'll bring one to you and then go back and grab another one. I love it when dogs do that. I always feel so flattered when they like give me a toy. I'm like, oh my gosh, for me? Wow. Although with Moose, sometimes he wants you to play with him. And sometimes he's trying to trade. When he was a puppy, we were trying to teach him to put his toys away. So we would have him trade his toys to us for treats to have him like clean up after himself. And that's all fine and good, except for now, if you're eating dinner or breakfast or whatever you're eating and he wants something that you have, despite the fact that this is not how it works, he will give his toy to you and like push it at you and then look at your food and then look at you and then lick his chops like trade. He's bartering. He's attempting to use currency. And then you'll throw the toy because he'll misunderstand and think that he wanted you to throw, and he'll look at it like, how could you? Leveling pace almost feels like classic, doesn't it? It really reminds me of that. I remember feeling like I hadn't, like the pace at which I'm killing mobs, I remember feeling like I hadn't been this diminished since like classic. I don't mind it though. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm okay. I think I don't mind it because I'm on the tail end of it. It was worse at lower levels. It was very bad from 10 to 30 or so. And then it was kind of bad from 30 to 60. Now that I'm past 60, it's going much quicker. This time of year is like a dare from Mother Nature. Go ahead, book the tire change appointment. I dare you. Yeah. I gotta buy new tires when it comes time to put my spring tires on. When we took them off to put on the winter tires, the people were like, you need to throw these out. Don't even. Respectfully, don't bother. They had lived their life. They had done their years. They predated me with the car, so they're probably time to go. Okay, so now that I have that, we can do maybe this one. I don't know if I want my pet mitigating my damage just yet. My pet's dying more than I am. Maybe since survival of the fittest duration. Yeah. Oh, and I have a talent point over here too. Going for this one, but I'm gonna have to really try to be AoEing in Beast of Wrath. I don't want to level anymore in Remix. Yeah, I don't love leveling in Remix. I just don't need any more alts that badly. Okay. Level 68. I got 2 quests to turn in. Are they for big XP? Yes, pretty chunky. What are these? Up to Agi, down 19 crit. Not worth it. Not even taking it because I don't want to be tempted. Starting Zen, Dragonflight, War Within. Yeah. I'm in Chromie time. I know that they're not scaled correctly, but I wish they were. I want them to be. They should be. And I'm too stubborn to work around it. I'm just gonna sit here and bash my head into it until I'm leveled up. It's kinda sorta working. I feel like it's gotten a bunch better in the last couple levels. The beginning of today was tough. Those bears. Or the skeletons in Uther's crypt. Not so fast. Now we go back to the Chillwind camp. Tell them we lost. Not a big leveling guide person. I do appreciate that they're more efficient. Hello? Friend? Where's everybody? I'm gonna relog. And I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be right back. I gotta put more videos in the BRB folder. Get a little more variety. I do love that one though. The two of them sharing the water. They love each other, but Moose has to be so restrained about it. And Kira is so, like, repressed about it. Okay. See if our guy's back. I have a Google Doc with a list of the add-ons I'm using. I haven't made an updated video, but it's a good idea. Look when you open the log. The quest interface is an add-on called Dialogue UI. This interface right here, this is Dialogue UI. I love the Mog on this staff. We've had it though. Cashy Love, hi Hazel, hello Bucky Barks, how you doing? Second battle for Andalin Hall's all sorted. Using it so immersive. I want some of these things. We're level 69. Nice. Hi, Tell Thomas. How are you doing? Happy Friday. I'm tired today. Good eating soup. Oh, soup sounds good. Kind of cold and wet out there. Soup sounds nice. I don't remember when it was that it happened, but I love the change they made that lets most quest items become a right click on the relevant mob. It doesn't work on absolutely all of them, but a lot of them got that treatment, and holy moly is it nice. Been eating so much good soup lately. I gotta get on that. I have a squash. I got a butternut squash. It's waiting for me. Luckily it's not going bad anytime soon. But, ugh, tough. Such good quality of life. How do you have your alts categorized like that? That's in game. You can make campsites and you can name them, and you can put 4 characters per campsite. So I have little folders to kind of collapse my extra hunters because I have so many hunters. So I have a folder of 4 alliance hunters, a folder of 4 horde hunters. I've got my folder of 4 druids. Butternut squash soup last night with homemade turkey stock. My oh my. Oh, what did we do? Oh, last night partner made baked potato with beans on top. Oh, it was good. It was really good. He baked it for a really long time, and the whole thing was just like melt in your mouth, falling apart. Leveling the Devour Demon Hunter. So fun! I'm gonna level my mage next. Here we go. Nice. Yeah, he plays WoW. He's pretty good. Right click is nice. Still need to read the quest text. Some mobs can be killed from range. Need to be close to right click to use the item on. I am still pescatarian. I expect to continue to be so for all of my days. Yeah, no, he does not stream. What is his best meal or recipe? Ooh, he does some good ones. He'll do like breakfast sandwiches. Like he'll do like, he's really good at brunch. Like he'll do like potatoes and egg and avocado and bagel, and he got some like vegetarian sausage at one point, and he'll do like a big thing for, especially if it's like a day off where we like slept in or something, or if I've done like a bunch of yoga in the morning, and we'll just do like a big meal at like 11 o'clock that'll kind of count for breakfast and lunch. I always wanted to stream, but I feel old and shy. Sometimes I feel too shy to stream. Sometimes I show up and I'm like, I don't have anything to say. But I'm lucky because I'm established enough that I can just talk to you guys and you guys have things to say and I can work with that. Here we go. I need the lumber. I need it. So I could start Eastern Plaguelands. I think I'm gonna go poke around at the lumber mill, even though I know it's a mistake. Maybe the spider scaring quest doesn't suck so bad. Maybe it's fun. What if it's fun? We break for lumber. I want this achievement done, but I need another 80 lumber to get the achievement done. Good evening. Good evening, Woods. How are you doing today? Happy Friday. It is Friday the 13th, isn't it? Oh man, that sent me back. The last Friday the 13th was the Olympics men's figure skating free skates. Woof. This one? Bit of a spooky day. What kind of tattoo did you get? Did it go well? You happy? Day before Valentine's Day, I think. Yeah, that would have been it. I guess it was just last month. I guess we got one on both days. Or both, like, adjacent, you know, consecutive months. Happy to be off. Huge pizza deal going on at work. Lots of pizza. Like the idea of streaming as a hobby, but my job is public service type of work. Yeah. Yeah, it's no good when you have to be aligning with the company's values even when you're off hours, but a lot of places work like that. I don't think I would have any social media if I worked at a place like that because it's just not worth it. I would send all of my memes in private messages. Got a snake in my arm. Hate snakes, but I love snake tattoos. It's supposed to be an herb. Oh, it's over here. These ones blend in a lot. These Khadgar's whiskers are very stealth. February has 28 days. March 1st to 28th falls in the same week. That does make sense. The math does check out. In Stardew Valley, every month is a season, and every season has 28 days. I want to know more about the new Stardew Valley update. I know that we know what the new love interests are, but I want to know the rest of it. I want to know if I'm going to want to do another gameplay, another playthrough. I don't need much excuse to play Stardew Valley over again. I keep telling myself every time I start a file that this time I'm going to go for perfection, and I always get like 2.5 years in and then wander off and don't finish it. Hunter pet for Haranir, so cute. I like it a lot. I want the rest of mine to match it. I want all midnight pets. Probably all flora faunas. Although one of my hunters, I don't know which one, but one of my hunters is gonna have to tame one of the new mana worms. The mana worms are so gorgeous. I was looking through my characters, wondering if any of them were kind of like a female elf kind of hunter that would look really good with a mana worm. Like a void elf or blood elf or something. And it occurred to me, I don't have female void elves or blood elves. All of the elves that I have, with the exception of like my druid, who's a night elf, I tend to make male elves. I don't tend to make female elves. I don't know why that is. Duskburn is the best mana worm. This one. This one. Yeah, I'm doing better damage now. Obsessed with the Mana Worm remodels. They're amazing. They're yoinked right out of that original TBC cinematic. It's a crime, Hazel. Is it? Hmm. Rare spawn from Sanctum of the Moon. Gotcha. I'm nearly level 70. That's nice. Maybe I can make it to 80 today. Flabby will be happy. He's been waiting for me to get to 80 so we can level together. I wonder if I could get him to level with me on stream. Probably, if I asked him to. Here we go. I am on the spider frightening quest. Although, I don't think they want me to chase them anywhere in particular just yet. Here, let's get on a horse. These are beautiful horses. I'm at a weird phase in my life where I get really excited whenever I see a horse. And I've never been a horse person, so I don't know what's going on with me. It's not like I can afford to have horses. I've never really met a horse. I just want to know if a horse would want to be friends with me, I think. I think that's where I'm coming from. It's all very strange. Excited to get some of the Void Storm pets for my Void Elf Hunter, but she needs a worm too. There's got to be like a voidy kind of color for them that would be cool. Must be. 3 more foxes. Let's go. Downloaded and bought Poppy Playtime the other day. Ready to be sat tonight. Get in some WoW time too. What's Poppy Playtime? It's a survival game. Oh my gosh, it's terrifying. Why does it look like that? It's an episodic puzzle. The name of it made me think it was gonna be so cute and cozy. Episodic puzzle survival horror game series. Set in an abandoned factory owned by a fictional toy company. Good lord. That's funny. I am being parasocial with horses. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. This is gonna get me to 70. What does she have in her back? Oh, it's a baby. Do you think that they'll give us this as a back piece? Not that I personally want it, but look at that kid. He's just swaddled up, 2 eyes, straight forward, going blink, 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 blink. I was looking at the back being like, oh, does she have bread? No? Infant? Alright. 2 polygons for 1 baby. I want to zoom in on her a little bit. I mean, the baby's happy, I think. And they grin. He is all forehead. Is that accurate? I think that's accurate. Bread baby. The swaddling looks kind of baguette-like, I think, or like a loaf of French bread. I think that's where I got the bread from. Completely vertical crazy. I mean, I've seen people with babies strapped to their fronts like that. I don't know anything about babies, though. For all I know, if you hold them the wrong way, all the stuff leaks out. Hi. Hello. How you doing? Torn baby. Very cute. Alright. Red Pines. Also, I have some talent points to spend. Papa had 2 horses when I was growing up. They let us ride them, and they were pretty chill gals. Sounds just like Little House on the Prairie to me. Never went down here. Yeah, ought to. And then what about the class tree? Now that I have my damage stuff over here... What did I not get? I'm like referencing a graphic here. Oh, I never did do misdirection, which kept me out of camouflage. I could improve feign death further and then get camouflage. I mean, sure, but what if I, Oh, hang on, never mind. We need Guardian's Hide. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wasn't sure if I wanted my pet to mitigate the damage for me. I guess I'll have it. 3% reduced incoming is not too bad. Someone that is still all forehead. I can confirm that is accurate. I fear I've joined at a strange time. Trixie Mattel made a gay club remix of the theme for Little House on the Prairie. Oh, that's funny. Nothing beats the feeling of a horsey snuffling at you with a big snout. Oh, stop. You're killing me. I don't know what it says about me and my toxicity, but when people ask me like what my favorite animal is, my first thought is, I don't know, which one likes me? My favorite animal is the one that I can have a close bond with. Which one wants to be besties? My dog? Very good. Huskies. If I wanted to lure the spiders to the lumber mill, I would need to use the horse. Oh, that's right. This quest sucks, so therefore I am going to do it. I want the nostalgia. Maybe it's not as bad as I remember it being. So you're trying to lure the spiders here so these guys can chop them up, which is kind of mean. But there are a lot of them. This is not a great spot for arachnophobes. And they don't like to run in a straight line, which is vaguely annoying. There's probably some geometry that you can use to figure out the best angles to do this from. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job, actually. Sign Coast Tan. Yeah, work. Funny. I refuse to use AI to summarize anything for me because I don't want to lose my powers of reading comprehension, but I will easily ask calculators to do very straightforward math with me, for me. I guess because I've accepted that my mental math skills are long gone. Those aren't coming back. You may need to look up the video Horse Girl from Deep Blue Ink. Sometimes hard to get song out of my head. Alright, we just gotta get 2 more of these spiders in. Here's maybe one of them. Oh, no, not quite. I don't know if it's luring so much as... There we go. That actually wasn't the worst quest I've done. I feel like the Anderhall stuff took me longer. Yeah, 30% of my level. I wonder if it's Dialogue UI that translates this into a percentage of my level. It's kind of cool. Even just the talk to the NPC turn in is going to be worth 15%. There's a dark purple worm to tame. You can tame the fell green one from Murder Row. Oh, nice. Need a DH or a warlock to help you tame it. Have you seen the movie Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron? I have not seen that movie. Did you like it? I haven't seen a lot of movies. This is a game that can go on for a very long time. Hazel, it's so good. Oh, I bet. It's tough to get me to watch stuff. It's really tough to get me to watch stuff. I wouldn't put too much effort into it. I am queen of the polite, that sounds great, and then never thinking about it again. Very behind in your horse girl movies. Yeah, this is true. I don't know if my horse obsession stems from movies. I love horses if they are tiny. Not so much when they get big, big, big. Years ago, I was looking at a Humane Society listing for a litter of Pyrenees puppies, Great Pyrenees puppies. And they were just little fluff balls. And the listing text said, these puppies are cute, 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 but they're gonna get big, big, big. And ever since then, big, big, big is like the phrase for anything that's gonna be big, big, big. All right. Oh, hero talents. Woo! Okay. Usually I just go pack leader. And I think that's fair. Let's just do that. This seems like a pretty big damage increase. This stuff still scales with me, yeah? Maybe? Probably? Kirby Temp should scale me all the way to 80, huh? If you can get over the horses having eyebrows, you'll love it. Put it on your watch in 10 years list. Spirit will make you sob. People think lots of things are gonna make me cry. I don't know if you know this, but I suck. I am coarse and heartless and cynical and you know, I don't know. Things have to connect to something deep in me to make me cry. And a lot of things that should don't, and a lot of things that shouldn't do. It's very whack-a-mole. You remember in WoW when Ysera was like in the stars and dead or whatever, and everyone was like all worked up about it? That's why I tune every week. Raw hostility. Uh-huh. I got you. I even cry when I'm mad. Cry when Varian died. Oh, man. Buddy got disenchanted. Didn't get to sleep until get to 94 levels total? Oh, you did it though. Oh, gold. Found a bit of gold. WoW brings too many characters back to life in some way to care if they die. Do they? I know some fantasy properties do that. WoW is happy to like revisit a ghost or something, and then obviously we talked to a couple spirits in the Shadowlands, but I don't know if WoW has meaningfully pulled a gotcha resurrection on a major lore character, have they? In a way that was just like a, just kidding. I mean, I know Anduin is made of like rubber because he keeps getting smushed by stuff and he's still rocking around. But he didn't die, he just gets critically injured and then heals or something. Illidan. Does Illidan die? I believe you. I don't know if I've ever paid attention to the end of the fight. Because I know the last time we left him behind, he didn't die. He was just, we were just kind of leaving him in space or something. Technically, they technically don't always die in raids. Yeah, Illidan didn't die, Wardens took him. Yeah, it's different. Now, if he was like 0 health, dead corpse on the floor, and then they were like, actually, never mind, that would be kind of cheesy. I used to watch, when it was new, I used to watch The Vampire Diaries, and I was trying so hard to be obsessed with that show, and then somebody would die, and they would make a huge emotional deal about it, and they would have a whole episode of flashbacks about how sad it is that they're dead, and invariably they would be back to life by the end of the season. To the point that it got to a point where when someone died, I went, sure, Jan, like, we'll see. And I eventually quit watching the show because I just couldn't, nothing had any weight anymore. They ruined it. Love The Vampire Diaries. You have to kill demons in the Twisting Nether or something, I thought. Team Stefan or Team Damon. Team all of them need to shush and move on with their lives. I think maybe I outgrew the format. I was sick of them. I was real sick of all of them by the end of it. Red Pine, Looter. I just wanted like soapy romance, but like good soapy romance, and I just can't do it anymore. I'm sad. I don't think it's them. I think it's me. I don't think I have the same lens that I had when I was younger for that kind of media. I used to be all about it. I was super into it. I would get really into K-dramas too. And there was a time when watching like the plot lines of them being kind of like toxic or jealous or possessive or whatever was like exciting. And I just hit a point where I can't... there's nothing wrong with enjoying that, but it just didn't work for me anymore. I think those days are over for me. That's alright. We can enjoy other things. Give me my knitting on the porch. It's my issue with the Fourth Wing, so I watch 90s rom-com movies. Yeah, and I mean, the truth of it is it's very hard to write two characters having like a respectful, healthy relationship and also have it be dramatic and exciting and good television and or movie material. It's usually kind of a pick one situation. I'm sure it's possible, but... Miscommunication tropes in 2026. At a certain point, you have to have conflict somewhere, otherwise you don't have a story. That's why in K-dramas, anytime they finally let the couple to be happy, it was for one episode max before their mother comes back and being like, actually, you have to marry this other girl. She's very mean, but she's very rich. And if you don't do it, I will slap you and then disown you. And then he does it, and then she's like, how could you? Every time. I always liked it when they had a twist where the love antagonist turns out to be like, it's not my fault that I'm mean and rich. And then you feel for them too, because she's right. It's not her fault that she's so fabulous. I mean, it is her fault for being mean, but like occasionally they feel bad about it. Listen, you have to do this to save your father's company. He's 65 and still needs you to fix his mistakes. Here's a big Hearthglen spoiler to kill over here somewhere. I'm thinking it's in the cave. Maybe it's just genetics. Being genetically terrible to people. I mean, yeah. To some extent, you could argue that there's personality disorders that do that are absolutely genetic components. And then when you add being raised by people that behave like that, of course, you're going to turn out like that. But at some point, someone has to take responsibility and stop acting like that. But maybe it's easier for me to say. My mom was nice. I don't have enough empathy, I don't think. Can't the conflict be something like buying groceries? Conflict about cookies? Very low stakes, very cute web drama. I like when there's different kinds of conflict, but when it's constant miscommunication, it gets old. Is it your fault you're hostile, or is it genetic? Yeah. There's only so long we can blame everybody's parents for before we realize nothing's getting done. You might be right, but what are you going to do about it? Is it more important why you're like this or what you're going to do next? Okay. I'm level 71. I'm nearly 72. I'm actually glad I came up to the lumber mill. This questing has been better than I remember. I think once upon a time I really sucked at that spider quest, and I've written off this whole area ever since, but it's not so bad. I'm fighting this just so I can get the iron. Already assumed leveling would be slower without the end of X-Pack buff extravaganza. The later levels seem to go much faster than the earlier levels. Like, much faster. Why are you doing this area? You know me. Vibes. The illusion of independent thinking. Nostalgia, mainly. I make a lot of my WoW choices based on nostalgia. This lady with her baby strapped to her back. Saw a video from TikTok where a former mean girl said that it's essential to get bullied in your childhood. Like she was doing a public service by bullying people. Listen, I bullied you for your own good. Sure. Yeah. When do we get the swaddled baby cloak transmog? Imagine if they just put that like 4-pixel baby on the trading post. It feels wrong and like they shouldn't, but I couldn't really articulate to you why. Bully, I'm doing my part. Listen, every great hero has a tragic backstory, so someone has to bring the tragedy. If they did that, I would die and still buy it. I bullied you for your own good as a whole generation of parenting. Yeah. I do think that adversity makes people stronger and helps develop their character. I don't think we need to manufacture adversity. I think the world sucks enough all by itself. I don't think we have to try. Ask for the swaddled baby mog. I don't think so. Void Light Marl cost for housing decor decreased? Ooh, that's good news. Hang on. Is there a Wowhead article? I want to see. That's exciting. Yeah! 20 minutes ago. Woo! Well, I feel bad for having bought some of it already, but that's fine. Many items reduced by 80%. Most expensive ones reduced by as much as 93%. That's nice, because you have to, if you want copies, they're full price. Oh, hey. I found a rare finally. There it is. You bully your chat. Show of hands, who feels bullied? Hurry my procrastination, or hooray for my procrastination and buying stuff with Marl paid off. It never occurred to me they would do that. Should have been like that from the start. Yeah, but we can play this game anytime they make any change for the better. Should have happened earlier. They're not going to listen to people at Hearthstale. They're printing money with Hearthstale. There's no way they go back on that. I didn't buy too many things. I didn't have a chance to. We're not that deep into the expansion at this point. Couple of things. $185 at 250. I'm not going to finish this, am I? It's just so egregious. Yeah, but the amount of people that are going to get so mad that they quit does not balance out the amount of people that will spend money on it. Not even close. They do it because it makes not just more money, but exponentially more money. I want to know if the people that use the professional knowledge exploit face consequences. I'm also curious. I heard a note about that Blizzard is treating it as an exploit and that we should warn people not to do it, which makes me think there will be something happening, but I don't know what. I didn't really touch it. But I did hear the note about this is not just a trick, this is an exploit. Just put a cash price. It's because they don't want you to think about how much cash it is. And I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look in the shop, sometimes you'll buy an item, it'll come with extra Hearthsteel, which you then spend for more items that makes you feel like you're getting a better deal. Like they can creatively wind it into bundles in ways that make you feel like you are getting a good deal. It's done with the express purpose of separating you from your money without you noticing to the greatest extent possible. There's a lot of psychology that goes into that. It's not for us, but it's gonna happen. Yeah, it does stink. I'm never gonna have shop stuff in my house, and I am not showcasing shop things anymore. I used to, whenever they would do like a new shop mount or something, I would show it in a video. I'm not doing that anymore. They don't need me. Very targeted towards women. Because like the shop decor is sort of feminine coded right now? Or do you think housing is targeted towards women? That's probably a thorny conversation to unpick. Maybe I'm not going to worry about that. I see what you're saying. Cosmetic microtransactions, yeah. Did any of you ever read Jason Schreier's book, Play Nice? I was thinking about looking for a copy. It's about the history of Blizzard and kind of like the rise and fall and the politics between them and Activision and like the big shift and the layoffs and everything. Got the shop house deco, but it was with birthday money. Great journalist, really good writer. Saw it at the bookstore, but I can't read. Bet it's a good read. Yeah. I just don't want to get so bummed out about the future of Blizzard that it bums me out about my own prospects in the media landscape. You gotta have some optimism to keep doing this, otherwise it just gets depressing. This guy's name is Moldfang, my goodness. More damning of the Kotick era. Yeah, I don't know if things have gotten, like, the people that switched around, but I don't think the power is ever going to shift back into the hands of, I don't know. Didn't his mom teach him to wash his claws? That's true. It is hard to have optimism about anything. I feel like that's my role more than ever, is to find some optimism somewhere and share it so people can feel 5% better for an hour. What do I want to do? I don't remember this part. I don't know if I got this far very often. Haven't read the book. Generally on point. Yeah. I think they talk about that culture in the book. Sure. I guess my problem with Schreier is I remember, it's not a problem, but back when I was on Twitter and in kind of the gaming news thing, I mostly heard from him on Twitter with tweets like leaking game dates or writing for someplace or another. And in my mind, he's associated with Twitter, so in my brain, the book is just going to be like a book-length tweet, but I don't think that's true. I don't think that's fair or true. But none of you have actually read it. I was hoping to hear from somebody that read it. RTS Lightning has read all those books. It just seems like it would be kind of fascinating. Like fiction. Gotcha. I need to speak with some people in here. Hello. One thing I don't mind. Shop stuff is what keeps them from not increasing the sub price. Yeah. I suppose if it lets them continue pushing out content for the game for a lot longer than they otherwise would have, that works out for me. A lot of the stories are so familiar it hurts. Need 3 different mods to get me to read a quest text, reading a whole book. I haven't read a nonfiction in a little bit. I used to like them. I used to read nothing but nonfiction. I must have read about 30 self-help books before I figured out that I'm beyond help. Hello, hi Mr. Sonic Gen, how you doing? Hate that I'm having a hard time picking a main already. Druid, Priest, or Shaman. Should we stop playing the game because we are indirectly supporting microtransactions? It's a personal assessment. You could make an argument for it. I would understand. I think it's valid. I'm clearly not going to, but what do you expect me to do? I think if you follow your ethics all the way down, you're not going to be able to participate in society. He inside? Yeah, he is. There he is. Hi, Tyrion. How you doing? Nice sword. Quarter my level. Not too bad. Might be a reason I try to avoid society. Yeah, it's the rabbit hole. Yeah. Decided to go DH to start with. She's at 90 now, so I'm going to get on my hunter and go find all the pets. Nice. There's amazing pets out there in Midnight. I'm jealous. I want to tame some. Back this way. I think I can probably get away with hanging out until 80. I don't know if I need to do the War Within. Lots of gear I can get rid of here. I'm just gonna vendor things. I don't think most of this is gonna be upgrades. Those are cloth boots anyway. I'm gonna pop one more of these. Gonna level my monk for engineering. Guess I'll go druid for bear. Yeah, I haven't done a ton of profession stuff just yet. Key from the Cauldron Lord, you betcha. There's so many herbs around here. How much of a percent of a level? I'm at 88. I pick a King's Blood. I am playing the Haranir race, and I'm at 90. It's not too bad. Yeah, I heard about the profession exploits. Betcha something's gonna happen. Level alchemy, well, the herbs are cheap, but I kind of want to save my herbs to sell them once the season gets going. Yeah, it's tough. Hard to tell what's gonna happen. Herbs have been so low. How low have they been? When I was buying them, they were still like 30, 50 gold each, which felt high. I guess I'm just ruined by something. Alright, another hero talent point. Get that one. Oh, hey, rare. Somewhat concerned that raid groups doing abundance could be considered an exploit. Did it twice, got a bad feeling. I think you're safe on that one. I think that's how abundance is meant to feel. And there isn't really, you're not getting meaningful, you're not getting like big gear out of it or anything like that. Besides, you're not even getting that much more of the currency. It's just the cosmetic achievements you might finish quicker. That's really the only difference. Herbs are a third to half the price of ore. Oh. Rank 1 herbs in the 6 to 20 gold range. Hmm. Found a bit of gold. Maybe I should just do a rare tour instead of questing. Yeah, retail's pretty different. This is the new race that they've just added. Amount of pets you have stampeding across the screen. I just unlocked that as part of the pack leader hero talents. You don't have to, there's lots of ways to play hunter. You don't have to have that, but this particular hunter spec is set up around a lot of beasts. Oh, hang on a second. I thought somebody knocked my door, but my dog is still sleeping, so it can't be true. If anything's going on, Moose will know. It's a demonology hunter. How long does leveling take nowadays? Normal quests and dungeons. Well, I haven't done any dungeons. I've only been questing. From 10 to 74, this character has a playtime of 10.5 hours, which is kind of high compared to what it used to be. However, maybe I just suck at this. You have to allow for that possibility. Been leveling a Haranir Shaman. I like it. Yeah, they look cool. I might put her back in the other transmog I had. I think I've worn Heritage long enough. Not a thing yet. I tried using the slash outfit command and then remembered that we heard about that. We heard about it. There we go. On, whatchamacallit, 1205 patch notes, PTR. Moosel though, and I heard that mushed together and brain thought Moosel is in missile. When he's really excited, he turns into a Moosel. Painting, prayer book. Maybe upstairs. Oh, thanks for the gift subs. Moose from Moosel Nutty Games. Yeah, it's his pet attack. Moosel. He doesn't like it when I play Pokemon on the TV because the old soundtrack, I guess, is kind of... The old Pokemon sounds are kind of high-pitched and scrungly. And I have to turn the volume down so he can sleep. Because otherwise he's just glaring at it, flicking his ears like... Yeah, I like this. I like this outfit better. This is some trading post skirt and an old chainmail top. Love the Game Boy screeches. I've been laughing at the Pokemon dimensions, but I'm playing Leaf Green rather. Fire Red and Leaf Green. I've been playing Leaf Green. And whenever I catch a Pokemon, it'll tell you like the height in inches and the weight and stuff in pounds. And some of them, like, the actual dimensions are wackadoodle. They're crazy. They're all over the place. They don't make any sense. Or maybe it's just my mental image of these Pokemon that's not right. But Diglett is apparently like 8 inches tall, and everything else is like multiple feet. And Diglett's just like this big, like Why is it so small? Skirt works so much better in this character than your gnome. Why do I feel like you're negging my gnome? Leave her stumpy legs alone. Completely inconsistent, yeah. Do you think we'll get Blood Elf Druids this expansion? Nah. I would love them, but I don't think it'll happen. Cold orders over here. Somewhere on the internet, I saw a fan cannon. The date in the Pokedex is being reported by the player character and other kids like them, which explains the wild inaccuracy. Ask an 8-year-old how much an elephant weighs. I have a core memory of being a child and getting into an argument over which way north was. And being so convinced and just full on shouting argument with another kid. You try walking far that way and see if you get cold kind of thing. And in hindsight, my entire rationale for which way I thought north was based on nothing but vibes. I had no evidence, but for some reason I was convinced and I was wrong. I was so sure that I just would know, like an internal compass. What do you mean a Dratini is almost as tall as a player character? Finally 87, nice. I want my pipe dream undead paladins. Yeah, magnetic brain sense. Turns out I don't have superpowers after all. Oh. You guys have bears in cages. It's not very nice. Were you asking to point north, could you? I would have to think about it, and I would have maybe a 30% chance of being wrong. I would have to really think about it. I don't have very natural directional sense. Even, like, setting aside compass directions, just figuring out which way I came from, if I make several curves on the road, I will get completely turned around and easily lost. I would have a better chance letting my dog find a way home than me finding the way home if I took a few wrong turns. Sense of direction horrific. Yeah, not one of my naturals. Freed and healed. You seem fine. You don't need any healing. I don't have anything with which to heal you. What? Oh, I don't have Zenkiki. Oh, I lost him. Oh dear. Let me go see if I can get him back. He's your racial. I think they probably want me to use the quest NPC. I could also leave on level 75. We could be done with this place. Oh, hey, lumber. Pizza candy. Bear needs some ointment or something. Big gosh aside. He had 100% health. His health bar was full. Undead can be priest horns, can be warlocks, Lightforged Dread can be DKs. 20k XP is not bad. Wouldn't mind. Hi, buddy. Can you come with me? Thank you. Did I lose him when I was flying, or did I just forget to pick him up? Because we're going pretty far here. Let me see. I don't think Zenkiki was prepared for dragon riding. Also, he's gone. Okay, I can ask her too. Alright, buddy. On foot then. Yes, and Kiki may not have learned sky riding. I want the trees from Zilliman as decor. Do we get any more houseplant looking plants? I know we got a lot of plants from Haranir, but a lot of them are kind of like witchy fungal cauldron, you know, hanging a bunch of herbs in your kitchen kind of thing, which is great, but I want to redo my action bars and keybinds. Sounds like a bad time to do it. I don't know. No time like the present. Kiki and I are coming. Hopefully I haven't been consuming keys for this. Buddy, heal him! Oh, he did. He did. Okay. I thought... I thought that he was too busy Zenkikiing to do the one thing I needed him to do. Druid of the Fin. He's a funny guy. Thank goodness. Just need them to say you can have your alts roaming in your house and I'm sold. Yeah, I'm excited for placeable pets. It's gonna be funny if I place a chicken in my yard and it just sits in a dog bed. Wouldn't mind a nest, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. What if my alts fall in love? One does not simply walk into Haranir is the quest I need for the race. Yeah, I think so. It's the campaign one, right? Just do the main campaign chapters. There is a... yep, that's right. And then there'll be a little quest in Silvermoon, and then you'll be fine. Just like a turn it in sort of thing. Purple quest? Yeah, I think so. And it becomes Fire Emblem and your alts procreate mixed race class combos. When are they gonna let us breed things in WoW? That used to be the thought of where pets were gonna go next, was pet breeding for specific traits. But you'd have to be very tricky. I think they should do pet breeding for cosmetic traits. Leave battling out of it. Just let me combine them to try to get specific and unique colorways of things. That's the lore of Eretor, right? Oh dear. I'll look that up. Undermine exchange. That pattern is decently valuable. The cheapest one in all of North America is still 30k. They average about 100k. I might give that to Flabby. Pet eugenics? I mean, that's how that's how various types of pets came to be. How do you think they got the smushy faces on the dogs and the long fins on the fish and the squishy bodies on the goldfish? And I'm just thinking about fish. It's all fun and games until you do it to people. We have a rare around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's a bug. Other games, Black Desert Online has mount breeding that was necessary to gain the fastest mounts. And I remember playing a shocking amount of Pal World, actually, and breeding together my pals to specifically select for certain traits that would make them really powerful. And it was fun. I had broke the notebooks out and everything. They never show Wailord to actual scale. How big is Wailord supposed to be? Pal World died so fast. Is it dead? I feel like it still gets updates. I had so much fun. I never had an Xbox. Did not play Viva Pinata. I need to get to that part of the cave. I must have done this quest before because I have Lore Master, but I don't really remember it. Madness. Viva Pinata was my jam. What was it like? Cute pinatas that were animated, you had to make them romance to get babies. Oh my god. One of my first 100% games. Went from everyone talking about it to nobody in a very short time. Yeah. I mean, depending on where you're listening to people talk, there's probably people still talking about it somewhere, but most things that take over the gaming zeitgeist won't do it forever. It's very unusual for any one topic to dominate for terribly long. They just get hot and then they cool off, but the core audience is usually still there. Silver Moon Broom Pet. No, it's cute though. Gotta do it at some point. The pinatas had to eat each other? Say what? I'm ready to get out of this cave. Ah, yes. Pinatas and love. And cannibalism. I've never heard of this game. All three of you have, like, played it. They had to eat other pinatas to romance and even become tameable. Ahead of its time. ...2006 life sim game published for Xbox 360. That's so funny. Re-release it on Steam. You won't. I was playing the Viva Pinata with my 360 red ringed. Good times. It's so funny to me that you guys all share this like core memory that completely missed me. Love and Cannibalism sounds like a great heavy metal band. Sounds like it must be one already. Yeah, see a 30 or level for that. That bell, 4 agi, you lose 10 haste, you get 6 crit. I think it's worth it. I wonder how slow leveling's gonna feel leveling without any endgame gear. Because I'm not even gonna bother getting, like, catch-up gear or anything. I'm just gonna dive straight in. I might do a little lap and see if I find any other rares with rare scanner, honestly. There's enough of them in this zone. I think a little fly around wouldn't hurt. The green ones are the ones that we've seen and killed. Yep, there's one. Let me see. I am at 34% through my level. Oh yeah, my cooldowns do way more damage now. And now I am 46% through my level. That's pretty good. Completely miss Pokemon, and I feel like I'm missing vocabulary that my peers take for granted. Yeah, I could see that. That one's foundational for a lot of people. And you can go back and pick stuff like that up, but I don't blame anybody for not doing it. I don't go back to fill in my knowledge gaps. I think that without the nostalgia, it struggles. I think that trying to get somebody who never played Pokemon to pick up Fire Red, maybe they'd like it, but it's kind of like getting someone who never played WoW to play Classic and appreciate it. Without the nostalgia, it's not impossible for someone to get into it, but it's a big ask. Is that my rare? It is my rare. I think I did Classic WoW in small doses. I like hardcore because it has an end point. Sooner or later, you would think you're gonna die, and then you get to enjoy your story and be done. You know, you did the thing, it happened, and now it's finished, and you can't go back if you wanted to because that character is gone. Don't mind me. Where's not up? Maybe these ones. Pokemon good having a smartphone to play on the bus or what have you. I've heard that. I've seen people do that. I don't want to play games on my phone though. I also don't live a life where I don't have idle downtime in public where my phone is the only way to entertain myself. It just doesn't happen to me. I don't have a commute or anything like that. I'm not spending a lot of time in waiting rooms. If it really comes to it, I have books on my phone. But my lifestyle does not apply to everybody. Street Pass on the bus was great. I think I would get motion sick too. That's true, I do still have my hardcore characters on a shelf. They didn't do me the courtesy of dying to be done with forever. Uncle Willie, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. Appreciate it. Means a lot to me. Another 8k rep. Yeah, up to level 77 now. I'll have to fix up my talents later. I'm enjoying the rare tour, actually. This seems to be good. Happy with it. We did Aphis. We did Aphis. We're still reading Ursula Le Guin. Yeah, I am a little over halfway through The Farthest Shore. I'm very sad that I'm almost done with the primary 6 Earthsea novels. Interested in getting into Hainish, need to find copies. It's on my list. I understand that's less fantasy, more sci-fi, but would still probably be up my alley. She has such beautiful writing. Her prose feels very literary and like mythical in a way that a lot of other fantasy I feel like doesn't for me. Wetland rares, fair amount of unique mog. Let's go help Gidwin. Now that I do more damage, I haven't even really been making the most of my all the new damage I can do with my cooldowns. Look at that Stampede. It's crazy. People are saying they want to go to space after the last Titan. I don't like that. How do you feel about that? Ooh, don't love space. I love it when zones feel like classic zones, kind of. I want beaches and mountains and caves and forests and rivers, like Eversong Woods has. I don't want too outlandish. Don't want things to be too outlandish. And we have been to space. We've been to space a lot. Got my 5 Warband Mentors achievement done with Hunter. Nice. Any rare up? Yep. It's nice. If go to space means take the Exodar to Bezeroth and explore the forests and mountains and grasslands there. Yeah, that's true. We think space and we think something like, you know, Koresh or, I don't know, alien planets, but there's nothing that says an alien planet couldn't feel familiar. Arison, thank you for the 55-month resub. Happy midnight. Happy midnight. Bezeroth is really funny. Bonus points if it's overrun by bees. Found so many islands we've overlooked, it's getting silly. What if it turns out there's been an underwater volcano this whole time that's been cranking them out? And we have to go to war with the volcano elemental and it just turns into the plot of Moana. There's lots of good ore in this cave too. One of those Shadowlands places we heard about but didn't visit. Lovely unique ecosystem developed before anyone noticed? Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe the volcano happened a long time ago. I do understand the hole in my argument though. Redo wand, but space, movable space station garrison. WoW expansion, but make it StarCraft. Zero expectations for after the World Soul Saga. Think they will do another saga at least. It's a volcano elemental under the auspices of the Fire Lord of Therzane. Yeah, I'm not too fussed, to be honest. As long as the vibes are good, I'm not too worried about where we end up. Hazel realized today's Friday the 13th. Spooky. Spooky indeed. I should really be using my Bestial Wrath much more often here. This Crook Vial's got a pretty terrible drop rate too. What is that on your mini map? Iron ore? Hi Moo, how you doing? I'm in a cave. Black cat just crossed my path on his way to his supper dish. You sleepy? Yeah, we're getting crit bile. This used to be a place I would come to grind the critter killing achievements for the old guild achievements back in the day. This and then the outdoor area with the snakes and outdoor Zolomon. Or Zolgarub, rather. Plant raptors are so cute. Might take a whole Haranir just to get all the color variations. Potatoes as well. Gotta get mashed potatoes. Mash would be a cute name for a potatoed pet. Cat library is like a cat cafe. Instead, there's a bunch of cats everywhere. Oh, so it's like an indoor space. Reading nooks to the actual library stands. Cats everywhere. Oh. That's cute. I would live there. I would move in. I would bring my laptop and I would make WoW videos that were 480p so I could do it on my laptop with the cats on my lap. Banshee bells. I remember this. Ooh, floating wreckage. Oh, the desire to fish it. Although I don't think I trained fishing. Also, I don't know if it has anything very valuable in it anymore. Those are a big upgrade. I hit some kind of a gear break point. Forget the lap kitties. Maybe the 40p will be worth it. You could try it once. I think I would be so much slower trying to make videos off of my normal. Like, trying to find the workarounds would slow me down so much. Right here, I got 3 monitors. I got everything set up and bookmarked and configured just the way I like it. I got my Stream Deck for extra hotkeys. My workflow is seasoned. I can edit like a camera recorded news video without a lot of extra junk on a laptop if I have to. I've done it before for like BlizzCon. But like an actual WoW video, like a raid guide on a laptop would be a struggle. I am level 77. I did a little bit of fishing at midnight. I would like to do more. Kitties play WoW while I drink coffee. It's just a vlog. There's no actual WoW. Yeah, you missed 67. That happened earlier. The opportunity passed everybody by. 67 came and went. Not one person said it. Pace picked up since 60. Absolutely. By a lot. I also hit a point maybe 5 or 10 levels ago, around 70, where my damage picked up dramatically. As soon as I got into hero talents, it was like night and day for damage. I say as I take 30 seconds to kill a plague pet. I'm out of cooldowns, don't judge me. Alright, we're going back this way. Oh, hang on. Lumber. Need it. I need it for my lumber achievement. My nephew 6'7'd my mom when we went to Disneyland last year, and the poor woman was so confused. Probably all old, not that hip. A few of you still chime in with it every time it comes up, but yeah, I think we are demographically maybe not with the youth, or the extreme youth anyway. That's okay. I like my audience and my demographic because you guys can grow up with me, and it means I don't have to worry about I don't know, appealing to a demographic that I have myself aged out of. Some people that set themselves up as creators for like a young audience will have to continue doing the same kind of humor and personality like well into their 30s and 40s, and it just looks really exhausting. This is not classic. This is retail WoW. I am leveling a Haranir. That's a hell of a fish. Is that a cutthroat? Yeah. It looks like a salmon. I know. Good lord. Husband's home. Counting down the days. It's not Kidlet's response. There'll be something new eventually. There always is. I have another hero talent to do. I'm the younger part of your audience, so I think your content's appealing to a variety of audiences. My daughter calls me bro, and I respond, "Don't you bro me." It's one step above bruh. Oh, hey, rare. Dialogue UI is the name of my quest window. It's an add-on. Fish? Mm. Husband brought home fish. 49 now. Thank you. Gifted sub. My cousin was doing that to my grandmother and she did not like it. What, call her bro? Or bruh. That's just funny. I don't know if it would offend me that much. There's ruder things that someone could call you. Maybe my standards are on the floor. Hi, Missy. How you doing, baby boy? You happy? Dad's home. Grand bro. There you go. That's a big improvement. Uh-oh. I don't think my pet's gonna make it. Maybe. Oh, they will. They will. We're fine. Is dude a bad thing to be called? Not to me. I think your mileage may vary depending on your audience. This gets fresh fish. Of course he's happy. I don't know. Nice looking fish. It might be for me. Want to call everyone girl or dude? I can't call people girl. I cannot pull off girl or girlfriend in any sense of the word. I do not have the attitude for it. Girl. Like, it just sounds weird. Lad or lass. You go, girlfriend. I wish to. I would like to engage in this sporting variety of female camaraderie. I'm just too, like, weird and annoying. Girly pop in the most gender neutral way. Yeah. Hi, laddie. You can call me girl. We agree. Whippersnappers. When I was a teenager, everybody was dude. Dude was not a gendered term in the slightest amongst me or my friends. People tried to make dudette happen, and dudette was not about to happen. Dudes and dudettes. Do you remember that? Do you see yourself as like a Sheldon Cooper? No. Not to that. Not to that extent. Sheldon was really inconsiderate to his friends on that show a lot, which is something I hope I'm not. I try not to be. I would like to be considerate as a character trait. I'm sure I don't always hit the mark, but I try. Ever pop head a bazinga? Do love me a train. Hey, besties. Yeah, can't do it. I sound like I'm mocking people when I do it. I don't have the attitude. I wish I did. I can call people food. I can call you muffin or cupcake. It's the gay in me that auto-selects girl. I need to surround myself with people that can supplement the lack of attitude in my vocabulary. So ant-coded. Wish I could call people honey, but I cannot. I can call, like, my loved ones honey. Like, Moose and husband and Kira are all honey, or honey bear. Honey's a food. Sometimes Moose is pumpkin, and then he becomes pumpkin spice muffin boy. My pumpkin spice muffin prince. Call everyone sweet summer child. I don't like to... I try not to be openly condescending. I'm condescending behind closed doors like it was intended. In theory, anyway. Yeah, sweet summer child is supposed to be very condescending. That's the whole point. In Game of Thrones, the whole idea was that somebody was so young they hadn't lived through a winter yet, so they can't talk smack. Do you think there's a secret guy playing the trombone in the Plaguelands? Yeah, he's hiding behind the trees. I have some apologies to say. Oh, you're probably fine. Oh dear. That's funny. I am often guilty of using reference phrases where I'm not familiar enough with the source material because it's hard to really understand the origins of all the language we use. It's not how language is usually spread. But it occasionally gets me into trouble like that. Yeah, Sweet Summer Child was a Game of Thrones thing. It's from the books. They probably put it in the show too. I don't know. But the whole point was that seasons are so crazy in that universe that sometimes they will last for a very long time. So you could have a summer, like at the beginning of the series, the summer had been going on for I forget how many years, but like a lot of them. So the kids had never known a winter yet. Not older than that? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I could be misattributing. I used to be really into those books. I'm sure I still am, but I'm not reading them again until he makes another one, which I guess means I'm not reading them again. I love George, but I know he has nothing left to give me. Harsh but fair. I used to follow forums and discussion groups. I had read all of them through many times, several to many. No, I'm not really champing at the bit to read another one. Maybe one day. I finally watched A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I see why people like it. I can't deal with that degree of violence on screen anymore. it's not that I want it to not be shown. I just can't watch. The indulgent brutality of it just completely ruins my day. Did he say it's supposed to be the last book? There's supposed to be 2 more books. We were supposed to get The Winds of Winter and then A Dream of Spring. Very glad that it was just that one episode, really. There was some stuff in a few episodes. But yeah, it was largely concentrated to that one. I don't know. I can't do it anymore. It just bums me out. 3 agi, but you lose 19 crit. 1 armor, but you lose 24 crit. Does not seem worth it.
What do you offer?
Maybe you should make it 1. I don't think he's going to make it at all. I think it's too much pressure. I think that the seeds that he gave to the showrunners of the show were the actual ending, and people hated it so much that he is afraid to put in the effort to write it. And he's worked himself into far too much of a corner to fix it. And also, he's getting older. He's enjoying his life. I don't blame him if he procrastinates forever. I think that might be the plan. Be good, chat. I think that the backlash against the ending of the show completely wigged him out. It's just a theory. I could be totally wrong, but for one reason or another, I don't think it's going to happen. And that's okay. Is that a spicy take? I thought that was milk lukewarm. You don't want more milk. I think that if he had written the books first before the show came out, the ending probably would have made a lot more sense and felt more earned, and it's because the showrunners rushed their butts off to get to the end that it all felt like, wait, what, huh? And it just had no... It just felt confusing and awful. And I think that it could have been written in a way that wasn't confusing and awful, but now that people already know where it's going, it's just a mess. George came up with a terrible ending. I think it was terrible because of the execution. I think that it could have been written in a way that made it feel more earned and satisfying. And I think that the way the show did it was so rushed that it took all the wind out of the sails. Huge mistake to do the show while the books weren't done. I mean, at the time he had such a head start, he probably thought there's no way that the show passes me because he had a huge head start, but he took so long to write that last book. I love that your pet runs along the carriage. But this is all just idle discussion. None of it matters. Nobody but George knows. I also have 0% judgment for him because I'm not an author. And if I was an author, I would probably do the exact same thing. Not real big and capable of finishing big, high-pressure projects. If I had a thesis or a PhD program, I would die. There's a reason my job is low stakes. Couldn't cope. Not a chance. Always be a little peeved at the show cutting out so much of the magic elements. 10 out of 10 absolute cinema. Yeah. What level am I? 79. I can't get off this carriage though. Total procrastinator, so sympathize. Writer, I struggle with writing 500-word articles. It's been so long since I've watched the show, I'm fuzzy on the details. I just remember the feeling of overwhelming disappointment. Showrunner started getting offers to make other projects. Yeah. It seemed like a lot of people were kind of eager to be done with it by the end. I watched Drew Gooden's video about the ending of Stranger Things and the documentary about the ending of Stranger Things, and it seemed like that had sort of the same syndrome, that by the time they got to the end of it, everybody just kind of wanted to be done and move on. And they weren't that... The same passion was not there to stick the landing that was there to take the plane off. Hard for there to be for such a big project that spans so many years. People, you know, when they want to move on with their lives. Holy moly. It was the biggest show in the world, was not close, and it just disappeared. I think it was the most dramatic legacy ruining that I've ever seen any kind of a media property or a, you know, like a fantasy media property do. It was so big. You know, Rowling is trying. She is trying to ruin her legacy to the same degree. And it's working for different reasons, but the absolute turnaround in the popularity of Game of Thrones after the show. I want one more level. I might do a lap and see if I can find any rares. That might be a faster way to get my last one, yeah. Especially given that I can, like, fly to them. There is a rumor like that for Stranger Things, yeah. Yeah, I do think a lot of shows go on much longer than they should. I think people maybe sometimes start shows with the intent to not have them go on that long, and then a company like Netflix or whoever shows them, like, a lot of zeros on a contract, and they're like, yeah, I could write more of this, and then they... I mean, creatively, perhaps they shouldn't have. Practically, I'm not going to judge anybody for taking the bag. You gotta feed your family. And their children after them. It's fine. Even Peter Jackson was done looking at Hobbit stuff by the end of the second round of movies. Yeah. Oh, there's one. Foreman Markrid and Foreman Jarrus. Wow, 2 of them. Holy moly. Can we find them both at once? Double rare reception. We're starting at 27% through our level. Yeah, up to 47%. That's pretty good. Babylon 5 was intended to last exactly 5 seasons. Had a beginning, middle, and end, and by George, he largely pulled it off. Are we leveling? Yeah. I'm just about done for today. I'm leveling my Haranir Hunter. My dream is to get it to 80, so that I can level with Flabby's Druid, who has been waiting for me to get to 80. Very rare recipe that drops from one of the rares in this zone. Hope you get it. Oh. Do you remember the name by chance? I got a living breastplate plan from something in the other zone that I was going to send along to get sold. Speaking of British TV, I still think Fleabag is one of the best shows ever written. Yeah, I saw some of that. It was good. I've heard that rumor about, or not rumor, it's pretty much fact at this point about Netflix, that a lot of their newer shows are written with the understanding that the audience is not really paying attention. So they like restate plot points and restate names, and they just exposition dump on each other in the most clunky ways possible, because they're like, these people aren't paying attention, and if I don't say all of this all over again, you're not going to know what's going on. And it's an absolute crime against good TV. It's just, it completely shatters any effort, any chance it had at being actually good. But that's not what it's for. So, yeah. It makes it even more impressive when they have something good, and it usually turns out that somebody other than them developed it and they just picked it up once it was done. I'm a little bit worried about the sequel to K-Pop Demon Hunters for that reason. K-Pop Demon Hunters was developed by Sony and made without any oversight from Netflix and then sold to them as part of a deal. But it's getting a sequel, and I don't know if I have high hopes. I'm in danger. I'm in big danger. I'm in enormous danger. Eliana, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Turtle. Run away. I was just here looking for rares. I'm sorry. I'm out of here. If I did find a rare, it's gone now. That wasn't the rare, was it? That big guy? No. His name is Garganox. He's not a rare. He's just mean. Golden was being played everywhere last year. Legendary Girls ended very well. I need to res my pet somewhere. I can't even stun this thing to give me a chance to get my pet back without my pet. I gotta go in a minute here. I'm only 3 bars off. I feel like we definitely can finish this. Especially if I just find a couple rares like I'm doing. There's the Death Knight's Soul Bearer. He can always freeze trap. That is true, actually. Hunter's very versatile. Oh, it's my wyvern. Okay, found that one. Can go check up here. Mog, cheaper than I thought, but unlucky. Takirthan's Songblade. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Oh, this guy's up. Should check and see where I'm landing before I land, though. There he is. Otherwise, I'm gonna fight a bunch of things that I probably shouldn't be. Oh yeah, almost there. This is the move. Perhaps I should have been doing this a long time ago. Hey, Queen. How are you? Oh, Death Hunter Oxpear. There we go. Empty zones are good for this. At least the old ones where the rares will still just kind of sit up and wait for somebody to roll by. There we go, level 80. Woo! New adventure awaits. Happy midnight. Let me hearth to, I guess Darkshire is fine. I can then fly to, oh no, they're gonna take, they've got a scroll for me. They'll port me right back. Nice! 3 hours today and I got from 60 to 80. I'm happy with that. Oh boy. Her bags and stuff and quest log are gonna need some cleaning up. Couple of things that we don't need anymore. That's a later me problem though. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate the company. I'll be back tomorrow morning for a comfy Saturday morning stream. Keep an eye on my YouTube channel. Hopefully should be a new Saturday news up first thing tomorrow morning for you to enjoy with your weekend coffee or what have you. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!